The Season 2 of Diablo IV is slowly coming to an end, and people are wondering what can we expect in Season 3? And that's a pretty good question because at the time of this recording at least, we didn't get any info when we hear more about it, what to expect, and so on and so forth. I do assume though that Blizzard will release some teasers or even will tell us when the next fireside chat regarding Season 3 is happening very soon. But before we are talking about Season 3, we really have to talk about Season 2, because I think everyone here can agree. Season 2 has been really good and was needed, especially after the disaster, which was Season 1. So yeah, Season 2 did a really well job, but that also makes me think, what can we expect here in Season 3? Because Season 2 had some big issues, and one of the big issues was actually the success. And I know what you think here. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. So, when you look at Season 2, let me ask you a question here. Do you think that Season 2 was really that good because it was about all the season content? Or do you think Season 2 was that good because it actually fixed a lot of the issues Diablo 4 had since its release, especially when it comes to the end game, to the farming, and even some of the classes? And I have to say it's the latter. It's not really that the seasonal content was great, it was all the other things Blizzard finally fixed after months and months, people begging for it, right? Because when you are looking at the Season 2 content, what did we got? A short story with a new boss. Okay, cool, whatever. Then we got a permanent Hell Tide, aka Vampire Tide. We got a few new talents. And, well, now we also got, through a patch, like a super endgame thing where you have to fight through multiple dungeons, bosses, and it gets harder and harder. But when you look at, like, the talents and all that, you realize, yeah, it's not that much. And if all the changes which came for the base game with Season 2 wouldn't have been there, I am pretty sure a lot of people would have ended Season 2 probably as quickly as they ended Season 1. And that makes me a little bit concerned for Season 3, right? In Season 3, what do we get? Because they don't really have too much to fix there anymore when it comes to the end game, and I am very much convinced that Blizzard will not fix any of the more deeper issues like character development. Like character development, I cannot believe I would say this here, but I would have never thought that we would get a smaller character development in Diablo 4 than we had in Diablo 3. And Diablo 3 was already horrible for a lot of people, me included. And then we have now Diablo 4, and you just look at the character development and you go, wait, that's it? So I actually do agree that having new additions to the character development per season, right? In the first one, we got gems, which would change some of our abilities and talents. And in the second season, we got, well, new talents. But the problem is, those are not additions. We didn't got those things. They were just put in per season, and then they disappear again. Like all those talents, the vampire talents we got with Season 2, they were really cool and they were really helpful with a lot of builds, but that will all disappear and will be replaced for something similar in size and scope, probably. And that's not helping. Like Blizzard is focusing, it seems like, on two things per season. Reusing one of the features which is already in place, like in the first season, right, we had the Sellers. In the second season, we had the Hell Tide, which were just refunctioned and repurposed for the season. And then, well, we had the character development where they added something to how to spec your character, but it's not really that much. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Diablo 4 immediately has to compete with, let's say, Path of Exile. Right, Path of Exile has figured out their seasons long ago, and when you're looking back to the first seasons of Path of Exile, you also realize it wasn't really that much till they figured it out. But the thing is, with that said, what can we expect here in Season 3? Do we get some uber nightmare dungeons with Season 3? And instead of like getting talents or gems, we are getting changeable unique items which will change what they are doing depending on what your spec is, right? I could see that they're doing something like that because it's already in the game, and so far for the first 2 seasons they have just repurposed gameplay elements which were already present. They didn't really add anything to it, and I don't think that will happen till we are getting the expansion. But I'm really wondering if Season 3 will have enough content for the people to stick around and how much the impact will be. Again, this is all guesswork. We will find out in the next few days, hopefully, if Blizzard is keeping up the 3 months cadence. Wouldn't be the first time as if Blizzard is pushing something back, let's be honest. And I'm still excited. I want to see the next season, but I'm also concerned to what they can do with the relatively low effort they have been putting into those seasons in all comparison. So we will see how that goes. I will definitely keep you posted. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget, if you're new to the Mole RP channel, to like the video and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't so. We're not just focusing on Diablo 4 on here, we are also focusing on a lot of RP games in general, and they are quite a bit to come this year, like Fallout London. I'm really looking forward to that one, and that will also be here on the channel. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. See you later, and see you next time. Stay safe. Bye-bye.